I'm Mia, a 30-year-old office worker, and recently my boyfriend David proposed to me. Our bond initially formed over our shared love of online games, and we met at a meetup. Despite our 7-year age gap, David is understanding and respectful. He values my dedication to work and maintains a healthy distance, which I appreciate. However, the proposal caught me off guard as marriage wasn't something I had considered. I viewed it as restrictive, fearing it would detract from my focus on work. Unlike many, I don't have many hobbies outside of my job, which has led to past relationships fizzling out. Some of my exes expected me to adjust my schedule around theirs, reinforcing traditional gender roles. With David, though, I needed assurance that he understood my priorities. I made it clear that I wouldn't quit my job and that I might not be available on days off. His response was surprising but reassuring. He's willing to share household responsibilities and respects my need for independence. Still, I questioned why he wanted to marry me despite our differences. David's words touched my heart deeply. Despite my reservations about marriage, his desire to officially commit to our relationship meant everything to me. He understood my need for independence and offered flexible solutions like common law marriage, which showed his genuine care and consideration. Trusting David's sincerity, I decided to take the leap into marriage. It was a decision that surprised my family and friends, but seeing the joy in my mother's tears made me realize how much this meant to her. Although she always advocated for living life on our terms, deep down she longed to witness her daughter's wedding. The wedding itself was a beautiful celebration, marking the beginning of our journey as husband and wife. We settled into our new home, tackled the paperwork, and started our life together. As we prepared to visit David's parents for a family gathering, his reassurance that I'd be embraced as part of their family eased my nerves. It's comforting to have David by my side, supporting me through new experiences and family gatherings. With him, I feel confident that I can navigate married life while staying true to myself. Agreeing to David's suggestion to attend the family gathering, I wanted to make a good impression on my new in-laws. Feeling a bit anxious about what to expect, I reached out to my mom for advice, as I always do when I have concerns. Her reassuring words and guidance helped calm my nerves. With her advice in mind, I prepared to meet David's family. As we drove to his parents' house, I felt a sense of readiness and excitement. Upon arrival, I could hear the lively chatter of relatives inside, signaling that the gathering was already in full swing. David's parents greeted us warmly, albeit with a hint of cheerfulness from the drinks they already enjoyed. Presenting them with a gift, I offered my assistance with preparations, but they declined, insisting that everything was under control. Feeling welcomed and relieved, I settled into the gathering, grateful for my mother's guidance and the warm reception from David's family. I was taken aback by David's parents' comments. Their insensitive remarks about my mother's scar felt like a punch to the gut. My mom's scar wasn't something she chose to have. It was a painful reminder of a tragic accident that claimed my father's life. As David's mother continued to speak, I struggled to maintain my composure. How could she be so callous? Didn't she realize the pain her words were causing me? Feeling a mix of anger and hurt, I wanted to defend my mother, but I bit my tongue, not wanting to cause a scene at the gathering. Instead, I excused myself from the conversation and tried to focus on finishing dinner, though the taste of the food felt bitter in my mouth. Deep down, I knew that my mother's scar didn't define her, and her presence at our wedding was a testament to her strength and resilience. I couldn't let David's parents' cruel words tarnish the memory of our special day. David's reaction upon returning home was far from what I had hoped for. His irritation only added to my frustration. I needed him to understand the seriousness of what had transpired at his parents' house. "What was that?" he demanded, his tone sharp and accusatory. I took a deep breath, trying to keep my composure. "What was that? Your parents were making fun of my mother's scar, David, and you didn't even say a word in my defense." His expression softened slightly, but there was still a hint of defensiveness in his eyes. "I didn't know what to say, Mia. They're my parents." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "So what? You're just going to let them insult my mother like that? She's been through so much, and they have no right to mock her." David sighed, running a hand through his hair. I know. I shouldn't have said something. I'm sorry, Mia. I'll talk to them about it, I promise." His apology felt hollow, and I couldn't shake the feeling of disappointment. "It's not just about talking to them, David. It's about standing up for me, for us. I can't stay in a marriage where my own husband won't defend me." Silence hung heavily in the air between us as David seemed to mull over my words. Finally, he spoke, his voice softer this time. "I messed up, Mia. I'll try to do better, I promise." But his words couldn't erase the hurt and frustration I felt. I needed more than empty promises. I needed to know that he would always have my back, no matter what. The tension between Mia and David reached a breaking point as they confronted each other about their family's behavior. Mia, feeling deeply hurt and unsupported, made the decision to leave, packed her bags, and headed back to her mother's house. David's attempt to intimidate her with divorce papers only solidified her resolve to end their relationship. Upon returning home, Mia's mother could see the distress in her daughter's eyes. "I'm so sorry. It's all my fault," Mia began, but her mother quickly interrupted her. "Hey, if you say that again, I'm going to get angry," her mother admonished gently but firmly. "This isn't your fault, Mia. You shouldn't have to endure such disrespect from anyone, let alone your husband's family." Mia sighed, feeling a mix of emotions swirling inside her. "I just can't believe it came to this, Mom. I never imagined our marriage would end like this." Her mother wrapped her arms around Mia, offering comfort and support. "Sometimes things don't turn out the way we expect, sweetheart. What's important now is that you're safe and surrounded by people who love you." Mia nodded, feeling a weight lift off her shoulders as she leaned into her mother's embrace. Despite the pain of her failed marriage, she knew she had made the right decision to prioritize her own well-being and happiness. And with her mother by her side, she felt hopeful for the future ahead. "You're the person I love and respect the most. If anyone insults you, I'm not forgiving them," Mia's mother affirmed, comforting Mia in the aftermath of her tumultuous marriage. Grateful for her mother's unwavering support, Mia found solace in her presence. A few days passed, with David persistently reaching out to Mia despite her silent treatment. When he appeared at their doorstep, Mia hesitated to let him in, choosing instead to speak with him at the entrance. "Will you reply to me? And you have to come home right now," David pleaded, his desperation evident. "Why should I? I have nothing to do with you anymore," Mia asserted, standing her ground. Confusion clouded David's expression. "What? What do you mean?" "I submitted the divorce papers. We are not husband and wife anymore," Mia clarified, her tone resolute. David's shock quickly turned to disbelief. "Don't be silly. Why would you do that?" "It was just up to me to submit them. And besides, I've already submitted documents to prevent you from registering our marriage again," Mia explained, her resolve unwavering. David's desperation escalated as he pleaded with Mia to reconsider. But Mia saw through his motives, confronting him about his intentions regarding his elderly parents. "Your parents, they seem to have sore legs and a sore back. They're quite old now, so you wanted a wife who can take care of them, right?" Mia confronted, her words hitting David with unexpected force. Caught off guard, David faltered, his anger mounting. "Okay, fine, you know. Okay. But Mia remained steadfast. "No way. Why should I take care of your parents? They have nothing to do with me anymore." Frustrated, David's demeanor shifted, his threats becoming more forceful. Yet, as he spoke, a figure appeared behind him, catching Mia's attention and leaving her startled. The man addressed David, seeking clarification on the situation unfolding before him. David, taken aback, questioned the man's identity until he revealed himself as an undercover police officer, flashing his badge for confirmation. Upon learning the truth, the officer offered assistance, but David, flustered, denied any wrongdoing and hastily retreated. Mia, relieved, thanked her childhood friend John, now a policeman who had been patrolling the area. John's unexpected presence was due to a call from Mia's concerned mother, who had been keeping an eye on her well-being. Grateful for her mother's vigilance, Mia realized the extent of her support network. With John's guidance, Mia obtained a restraining order against David, severing ties with him and his family for good. Meanwhile, news surfaced of David's struggles as he juggled caregiving for his ailing parents while dealing with the consequences of his actions. As Mia moved forward with her life, she found solace and happiness in her marriage to her understanding husband, with her mother's unwavering support. Reflecting on her journey, Mia appreciated the newfound peace and stability in her life, free from the toxicity of her past.